Hey folks, Artisan here. In today's video we are going to talk about money and how I make my money with gathering. So nothing fancy, we are not going to talk about legendary nodes or timed nodes or IFR farming or all this kind of stuff. We are just going to talk about basic normal harvesting. So this video will be decomposed in two main parts. The first one will be how I choose my materials that I want to gather. And the second part of the video will be to show you the cycle that I'm doing with my gathering job and how I try to be as efficient as I can so I can watch TV in parallel, but at least I can be efficient when I'm doing my gathering sessions. And usually I'm getting 1,000 material an hour of gathering, so I will show you how. Let's start with the products that I'm looking for. So first you go to the market board. The market board is changing almost every day and sometimes several times a day. So the price of the products that you are gathering can change pretty fast, and some people are changing the price pretty low sometimes. So I don't like to sell my materials when it's too low, so I just keep them until it's going back up, and it's always going back up. It's like the stock exchange. So what I do is, if for example if I want to min, I will go to stone. And I will check the one that are usually the most common that I can see on my recipe when I'm crafting. And I will check the quantity that is sold. So for example, that one is 25. It means that we have 25 products currently sitting on the market board. So it's not too much that compared to 59, for example. So I will check the price and say, okay, 268 is a little bit low. So I will try to find stuff that are around 400 or 500, or I would try to see the history of the price, and we can see here that today we got a lot of them sold during on the market board. So potentially this one could be interesting. What I could do as well is to buy the two first, to buy myself and to resell them at 500 instead of 250. So to bump a little bit the price of the market, and you will see that it will be working really well because people will be okay to pay 500 gils for these items, because otherwise we would have to take the gatherer, go harvest the stuff and stuff like that. So sometimes people are a little bit lazy and they will just buy it. So what I will do is I will really go through the different items here, like platinum ore, okay, 150, it's too low for now. Ferberite, 291. Mithrite, only 17 to sell, and we see that it's 394, so it's a pretty good price and it's really easy to harvest. So potentially this one could be a good one. So I'm really trying to get the one that could be interesting. For example, this one is the one that I found this morning. You see Rewinds and Stormed are and Eternal as well. They are all my servants. So what I did is the price was around 800. It was only 2 items. I bought them and I put mine at 1,000. I already sold 5 of them this morning, and it will continue to sell during the day. So I'm selecting my materials. After that, I will go to my gathering log. I will type the name of the product. So for example, titanium ore here. I will check where it is and I will start to go to gather it. So that's kind of it about how I choose my materials, because every day the price will change. So it's not really worth spending an hour farming and gathering items that cost only 100 gils each on the market. So try to focus on the one that are more around 400, 500 to start to make a good amount of money. So that's kind of it about how I choose my products. Now let's go to a gathering cycle and show you how I'm gathering. Now let's talk about the cycle that I'm using for gathering. So this example I will use Ultima Thule because they are the higher level nodes that you can get in gathering right now. I don't take into account legendary nodes or unspoiled nodes or stuff like that. I'm only talking about the normal nodes. So everything that I will tell you about my cycle, you can use it on lower level cycle, because these ones are the higher ones, so it will be reusable on everything. So first, what I like to do is to have the eye cordial. So the eye cordial, as I said, you can get it with the white gatherer script. The advantage of getting that is it can refresh your GP faster, and you can reuse your capabilities to get more materials from your cycle. The second one that I like to use is superior spirit bound potions, because when you gather normally, you will also get spirit bonding over time. And as soon as you get 100% in spirit bound, you will be able to extract the materia. So on top of the material that you just gather, you will also get free materia. So it's a pretty good way of making extra money. The next one that you need to do is will just enable the quick gathering option that you can see at the bottom. And by enabling that, it will gather automatically. So you need to click only one time, and it will gather until the quality of the nodes is done. After, so this one is a good example. You see that you have some requirements to reach. So on different cycles, on different nodes and product that you are harvesting, you will have requirements for the GP, the gathering, and the perceptions. And if you reach the minimum of these values, then you will get extra bonus when you are harvesting. So my advice to you is to try to see what is the maximum stat that you need to get. So in Ultima Thule, and I think it's the maximum that you really need to have, it's gathering 2,865, GP 780, and perceptions 2,728. So if you get these three amounts from these three stats, and you see it's really not difficult because I'm like 600 higher than what they ask for. So it's not a lot of stats. So you don't need much materials mailed into your equipment to be able to achieve that. And you will get all the bonus that you need on the cycle. Next tips that I would like to give you, it's I like to use the Blessed Harvest tool that give you 2 additional items by gathering when you see the bonus gathering items integrity +1, because it will give you +3 products for your cycle. So when I'm at 900, I will use it directly. But if I'm around like 600 or 700, I will wait for the next node that I have gathering items +1 to make sure that I'm getting the extra 3 items when I'm gathering. 3 to 4, because if you are getting a boon, you will get 4 items instead of 3. So you see perceptions here, you need to have 2,247 to get the boon +60, so I got it. And instead of gathering only 1 item, I'm gathering 2 items every time. The next tips is when the node is not like that far and you don't need to fly away, you can just use sprint between the 2 nodes to make your life easier and to gather faster. Because if you are casting your mount and flying to the next node that is not that far, then you will probably lose some time compared to just using sprint. So for example, this one, I didn't show the requirement that was it, but it's yield +3. So I'm getting 4 items, and because I did 3 HQ, I got 5 instead of 4. But I think the requirement for that one is 2,729 gathering to be able to enable it. The last tips that I want to give you is when I'm done with the 2 nodes on a spot, I like to pop my mounts to cast Arbor Call, and it will show you on the map where the next node is. So it will save you some time, because sometimes you are watching TV or whatever, and you are just like prompting your mount, popping your mount, and you start to fly, and you don't fly in the right direction, so you are losing time to access to the next patch locations. So that's kind of it. So sprint, use your GP when you get the gathering items +1 or +2 to get more harvesting and more products from it. Use sprint, use your mount and Arbor Call directly after your mount to show you like I will do right now. There we go, Arbor Mount, and I will directly be able to see, okay, I need to fly on these directions, full west instead of south, southwest, to be able to achieve that faster. Use your cordial when you are low in GP to be able to get back your GP to 500 and to have the Blessed Harvest 2 ready to be able to reuse it again. And that's kind of it, and use sprint when you are between two nodes that are not that far. If you are using this technique, in average, you would get 150 to 200 materials every 5 minutes. So it's almost 1,000 an hour. So you can get a good 1 million an hour by doing this technique. So yeah, I hope it did help you to learn some stuff or to become a little bit more efficient. It's only my technique, so if you have any comments or anything that you'd like to share that is working better than that, please feel free to put a comment on the descriptions below, and I would love to bring that to the community as well. So yeah, thank you everyone, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.